Trisha has a bad habit of making disparaging comments about her ex-boyfriends. But what's worse is that she has an even more harmful habit of accusing them of mistreating her when they didn't. She's done this to every boyfriend she has ever had, but this video will only be about one. Sean Van Der Wilt. Trisha dated Sean Van Der Wilt from 2015 to 2016. Sean was one of Trisha's first public relationships on YouTube, and the two frequently vlogged together. In fact, the majority of their relationship was shown on camera. Trisha has described Sean as a bad person and a user, upon many other things. Here she is describing Sean as not being a good person, not just to her, but in general.
You need to accept Sean wasn't meant for you. Oh yeah. Oh my God. No, 100. You know, even to this day, I was talking. Thank you, Amber, for the 1,000 bars. I was talking to a friend of mine, James, this mutual friend of ours, and I was just like, you know, he's not a good person. not just not a good person for me, just not a good person.
And here she is referencing him as a user, something she's done quite frequently throughout the years.
But then also to be wary of those people who do want to be filmed all the time that aren't YouTubers, because they usually, I'm just saying from experience, they usually want a little bit of what you got, you know what I mean? I'm always like, it's kind of weird that you do want to be filmed all the time. And they're like, I'm not using you, I'm not using you.
It's not even true that Sean wanted to be filmed all the time, as she has admitted on multiple occasions that he didn't like it and did it for her.
Okay, this has my ex-boyfriend in it. I casted him in all my videos and then he said no more. He was tired of being in my videos. I was like, oh. Why? I didn't want anyone else to be my love interest. This is about us vlogging too much of our lives, you'll see.
Oh, that's nice. I can relate.
Yeah, I think you can relate to this one.
In fact, none of this is true. The truth is that Trisha mistreated Sean throughout their entire relationship and continued to do so after it ended. Here is how Trisha described the way that Sean treated her during the relationship.
And cooking for me to go to lunch, like he's like, oh, I'm gonna pick, because usually people are like, oh, just meet somewhere or whatever, but he would, I'm gonna pick you up. Like, he tried so hard. And then we did the song together and he just kind of coddled me through that whole thing. He paid for the whole thing. Like,
as you can see, she has admitted that Sean went out of his way to please her.
remember when he came back from his parents' day? He came back from his parents from holiday. He took me here that day. I was just telling him this. I said, do you remember how sweet it was?
Guys,
he
listen,
came back.
I can afford really nice, expensive restaurants. I can.
First of all,
but you know what? This place is special because we both love this.
And every fancy restaurant.
It's about the situation, not the what?
Not the like money. But by the way, every fancy restaurant we've been to, Sean has been taking me out to every time, and it pisses me off. And I said, no more buying meals or anything the rest of this month. Because every single time we've gone out the press, like literally dozen times, I'm like, stop it, like stop paying, and it's always fancy. So they like kiss your feet. They're like my last boyfriend was like whipped, and he was just like, what do you eat, Trish? If I called him at like 1 in the morning, he's like, I'm coming over, like anything. He's like, can we bring you something when we get the, like he was just all over me.
You
so
love that, huh?
I love it. Anyways, but to Sean's credit, he was very attentive. Like, I need someone like that. Like,
she constantly bragged about how he took care of her, and even straight out said he was a good person during their time together.
I just love Sean's parents. They're literally the most loving, accepting people I've ever met in my life, which explains why Sean is so loving and kind.
And here is just a snippet of how Trisha treated Sean.
What is your boyfriend/girlfriend's most repeated sentence or phrase? For me first. Most repeat. God, I have a lot.
I have a lot.
Most repeated sentence or phrase.
Yep.
What do I say a lot? Okay, I know, but like you really, I feel like you would know this too. Just really think about it. Like, what do I say all the time? And you made me like want to change it. I feel like we shouldn't be giving hints, but like I feel like you know this.
I already know it.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Well,
You're
you
so
never.
Dumb. Oh. Well, you never?
You're so dumb. You do say that one a lot.
I'm always like, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. But now I say you're so amazing.
Don't call people dumb. That's not
But now I say you're so
okay,
amazing.
but no, okay, but what you say is, well, you never did that with me. Well, I never got to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Or you never did this with me, or I never got to do that.
And that was the tamest bit of name calling that she's done. She has admitted to worse in now deleted footage. But here's more mistreatment from footage that hasn't been hidden.
Sean has become more comfortable with social media, and he's, you know, he's like cool with it now, a little more comfortable with it. You know, I was an oversharer. I've learned. So it's not like we're just getting back together and going back to what was, okay? It's not that. We're just talking right now, and I've learned from my mistakes. We don't need to be around each other 24 hours a day. I don't need to be clingy. I don't need to be oversharing every personal detail that we talk about. Like, even though when we talk, I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be such a good YouTube topic. Like, I don't need to be doing that. And I definitely don't need to be pushing people away and going crazy on people.
Her behavior with Sean sounds a lot similar to her behavior in her relationships with ex-boyfriend Jason Nash and her husband Moses Hackman, doesn't it?
I know. Last time I was over here, it was bad.
What happened last time?
Well, he had a guest here, and I was like trying to talk to Sean, and he blocked me, so I came over.
Because everything that was going down, and when Trish goes to an emotional place, you probably know this, there's no stopping it until the next day.
So he's like,
you can't shut it down. You can say do whatever you want. Like her mom used to say to me, Sean, you're doing a really good job. I don't understand how you can get her to turn off this emotion when she hits it. But then sometimes there's no time.
Because you blocked me. You blocked me and said I'm done.
Well, because it was pretty major what was happening.
It's weird for me because one, I was the one that got the shit end of it, and I didn't get
I got the
closure.
shit end of it as well. But go ahead. You know what was really hard for Trish to understand is that I need to make money. And then I had a job. I had to go somewhere to get the money and work.
She doesn't like
No, she wanted me to shut off my life and just film all the time. And
Why said you couldn't work for
I
me?
can't do that. I didn't think about it.
Well, I related to what you said before, where she gets really emotional and is like screaming at you, and really there's nothing you can do but just wait till the next day.
Yeah. Then the next day she wakes up and she feels bad, and you either get a present. Which I said, I'm sick of. Listen, I'm sick of the presents. I don't want them. Just don't act like that. Just don't act like that. And think about it when you're in the moment, in the situation. Think about what's going on. But don't come and give me an Easter basket 2 months early. Say, I got you an Easter basket, and it's 2 months away.
Notice the similarities now. Jason sure did.
In every single relationship, I've had to guilt the person into staying in with me, which is why I was so insecure in relationships. Every relationship, even at the beginning, right? Like I had to guilt them into being with me. I had a relationship with Sean, who I guilted again. My guilting was threatening to myself. At the times that I threatened it, I wasn't. Sean, I remember he was moving me into that apartment from that big house to the apartment, and he was going to go home and sleep. He wanted to sleep on his bed, and I just said that I was gonna, and he came over, and it worked, and I did that not once but twice, and the third time was the final time he stopped talking to me. Well, the big breakup we had in December, and then he ended up just blocking me. I said I was gonna, again, I won't go into detail, but unalive myself, I guess. And he blocked me, and I was out of control.
She admitted to threatening to Unalive just to keep Sean in control. She talked about it as if it was something she only did in her past, but she later did the same thing with ex-boyfriend Jason Nash and husband Moses Hackman. There are many, many more instances of how she treated him, but she's deleted the videos since. As you can see, she was controlling and mistreated him frequently. And keep in mind, it was Sean who broke up with Trisha, not the other way around. Sean, who was fed up with her mistreatment.
Someone chose to walk out of my life, and I have to move on. I can't just give up everything that we did together because he doesn't want to be around me anymore. So the guy at the parking garage was like, "What happened to your boyfriend?" Like, he dumped me.
She once joked about being physical with him, but it was no joke. She was
no drive through.
Fought me. She fought me too.
We've been having fights all day today.
Bruise right here on the cheeks. Punched me. He said no drive through.
Oh my god, could you imagine if I punched you, if I was like physically abusive? I was like, "You're so perfect," but like behind closed doors, I'd punched you in the face.
Yeah, she's physically abusive.
Look, he's crying over it.
No drive through. I didn't think about it. It's red line.
just like she did with Jason. She would hit Sean when she didn't like something he said. And we all know what she did to Moses. And she knows full well that she mistreated him during their time together.
If Sean called you to say sorry right now, what would you do? Accept it. Apologize as well. I feel like I've apologized on camera, but like apologize as well. I mean, I definitely wasn't an angel and a saint through the whole thing, through how I handled it, through our relationship, through everything.
And afterward, when she told the entire internet that Sean was gay after their breakup.
Look, YouTuber who found out her boyfriend cheated on her with another guy comes out as outed her ex-boyfriend again. So after he made out with another guy, watch. He blocked me when I was at his house and he told his roommate, tell Trisha to get out of my house and I never want to see her again. And I came home and I just went on my kitchen floor and I made a video and my boyfriend was gay and I started crying and just like lost my.
Wow, and you took it down, but obviously someone has it and re-uploaded.
Oh yeah, but I also have it as unlisted, so.
Oh, you do?
Just in case one day I want to move.
Do you have a
And I couldn't ignore it. And I knew it would hurt him and I knew he would never talk to me again and feel like I betrayed him, but I just didn't have a choice for me. And at the end of the day, I had to look out for me.
And even after she did all of this to Sean, he continued to show up for her and support her. Such a monster, right? Remember, she dated him from 2015 to 2016, spoke negatively of him for years. Coincidentally, when he refused to be in her life due to fear of being harmed. But the moment he returned to support her, she sang his praises, rewarding him for returning and publicly punishing him for staying away. Because Sean is only good when he's willing to have her in his life. If he's not, he's the worst person in the world, and she'll make sure the world knows that, so they'll treat him as such. Here Sean, the bad person, is supporting her throughout the years, even after being mistreated. 2018.
And I think that's why having Sean at my Anaheim show made everything a lot easier, because I thought, okay, well, someone's gonna come out and help me hype up everybody.
Adam's coming on tour with me. My mom's coming on tour with me. Sean is coming on tour with me. Sean, he is a great guy, a nice guy. He's gone through so much shit in his life.
2019.
We are.
Oh, we have to watch Sean on 2020. Did you guys see?
I watched it last night.
Wait, you watched it without me?
Sorry.
Wait, what happened with Sean?
I fell asleep. Oh my
Sean,
god. it
was he a
so
big
good.
part of it?
Yes, I didn't know. Like, oh my god, I don't want to give you any like spoilers, but
Sean who?
Van Der Wilt.
Vanderbilt.
He was on 2020 last night. All right, guys, Sean Van Der Wilt 2020. Maybe
I
he
texted him, or I didn't text him, but I DM'd
DM'd him.
Hey.
I'm like, oh, you did so good.
He had like a party. I was so proud of him because, like, you know, he always wants like his career has always been like sidetracked by stuff like that happening. I miss hanging out with you. Oh, he's gonna love you so much. Oh, I should need to text him. Yeah, Sean's like a good person. Like, definitely weren't good for each other, but we're like good friends. We're like friends. So he's like a good guy. I like him. He's cool.
As you can see, not only did Trisha praise Sean, but so did her sister.
Sorry, this is so long. You know what's like the worst, but also amazing, but it's also really sad. Like, it's amazing, right? Like, it's amazing. I can see Sean now and I love it. Like, I love him. Like, I love him. But and it's like we're cool and we get each other and we know each other so well. It's such a good time. Like, even with Sean, for instance, like, he just didn't talk to me for 6 months, and that showed a lot, you know. That's like, and that's fine because I know that was what he needed to do. But for me, I was like, okay, I don't know, does this make sense? Now I feel like I'm just getting into drama and I don't want to, because it's like I love Sean as like this human now, like as this person. Like, he is a good person. It just wasn't, I wasn't the fit for him. We weren't a fit for each other. Do you know what I mean?
I do all my boyfriend dramas. Obviously, the kitchen floor was created with my first ex-boyfriend. Well, not my first ex-boyfriend, but my first ex-boyfriend that I did a kitchen floor video about, which was Sean. So I love him so much. I wish him nothing but the best. So I'm going to give positive vibes. Shout out to Sean, who made me happy at one point.
2020.
Oh my god, that reminds me so much of Sean Van Der Wilt. Why doesn't he post YouTube? Sean, if you're watching this, guys, ask him. He was like on a kick with his YouTube. And I was talking to Sean last night, and Van Der Wilt, and he was saying like he's really isolating himself, like literally not seeing anyone. He's such a social person. And the podcast is going to continue. I basically had I was always 4 weeks ahead, and I was so proud of myself because I was always like, if I got sick or if I went out of town or whatever, I'd have the podcast like lined up. But now I'm running out of podcasts. The last 2 episodes I had saved were Perez Hilton and Sean Van Der Wilt. And then Sean stopped by. And I wanted to film, like, I got this like impromptu video out of him. We were just gonna like hang out for a little bit because he's in the area. Now she might be moving close to me, so that's exciting. He's a good one. I like him. And I can honestly say I don't think I've ever dated a good dude. Sean.
Trisha was very clear about what a good guy Sean was after their breakup, as you can see.
I've had people come to me with stuff about my ex Jason and ex Sean. I tell people like, hey, I don't have anything to do with them anymore. They're not, I mean, Sean I'm kind of friends with, but
I posted the last of my interviews. My very last interview that I had kind of like saved or pre-recorded was with Sean Van Der Wilt. So definitely go check that out. That's up now. And alright guys, what is up? Today I am here with Sean.
With Bam! I'm kidding.
With Bam. We are here to film videos. We're going to film one for his channel and we're going to film one for mine, so.
She was still hanging out with Sean in 2020.
Sean. Hello?
Hey, you.
Hey, how was your singing lesson?
It was good. It's just I just haven't been sleeping good, so my voice is just like fried.
Oh my god, and your show is this weekend? Awesome. That was Sean. He was checking up on me. Which is very sweet. I have amazing people in my real life.
Take note of the fact that she was still friends with Sean throughout the years and throughout her relationships, both with ex-boyfriend Jason and her husband Moses Hackman. She still had Sean in her life, supporting her throughout this time. This is the same guy that she says used her and wasn't a good person, and to this day still talks negatively about.